go for exclusion clauses, limitation clauses. Now, first of all, remember incorporation, right? Please remember, must be by signature. Notice, if it is by notice, means you must satisfy the further three requirements, right? That is before or at the time of the contract. Then reasonable steps must be brought. Reasonable steps must be done to bring it to the attention of the parties. Then number three, it must have contractual effect. All the cases you must remember: Parker against Southeastern Railway, Tonton against Shulin Parking, Ollie against Marlborough Court, right? Chapleton against Barry UDC, Spurring against Bradshaw, Interphoto Library against Stilto, right? You must know the cases. Signatures Alice Finch against Glauco. Then number two, construction. Construction is nothing much. Then number three, validity. For validity, remember we have consumer here and non-consumer here. Right? So non-consumer part first, 2 sub 1, personal injury, death, cannot exclude liability. 2 sub 2, property damage, right? And property damage is subject to section 11 and schedule 2 reasonableness. Section 3, excluding liability for breach of contract or negligence, right? And subject to section 11 and schedule 2. Then section 6 sub 1, capital A, excluding liability for SOGA 1979 provision, subject to section 11 and schedule 2. Then section 7 sub 1, capital A, excluding liability for services related provision, and this is subject to section 11 and schedule 2. And you have section 11 sub 2, which asks you to go to schedule 2, section 11 sub 4, which actually concerning limitation clauses, and you have to look at who's richer, deep pocket argument, plus you have to look at insurance principles. Then we have schedule 2 that has 5 factors. Right? And if it is consumer, you have to assess it for fairness under section 62. You must see 62 sub 4, 62 sub 5. This is for term. 62 sub 6, 62 sub 7. This is for notice. So we have to see what is fair and what is unfair there. What is unfair? Contrary to the requirement of good faith, causing significant imbalance. Right? Significant imbalance means we are talking about bargaining position. Causing significant imbalance, then to the detriment of the consumer. And what is fair? We have to look at all circumstances. Right? So this one is unfair, fair. Unfair, fair. Right? Then we have section 64, which is core term exclusion. Anything that is concerning main subject matter of the contract, or anything that is concerning appropriateness of price. You cannot assess it for fairness, right? You can't use section 62 here. Then we have learned section 65. Section 65 is negligence for death, personal injury. This is what so far we have looked at, and of course additionally here we have schedule 2, right? And this schedule 2, please remember 2 sub 1, 2 sub 2, 2 sub 17, 2 sub 18, 2 sub 19, 2 sub 20. Right, this is 2. Do you get this? You can see here